Yeah, it is. I love the fall.
Nature.
Yeah.
It makes it so.
Yeah.
I worked down here too. So
Oh.
Thank you again.
Yeah, you're welcome. Yeah.
Being open.
So I'm like, so
I know. It's a big thing.
Yeah. Well, it's for me too. This is my relaxing time.
That's what
we all?
works the best.
Yeah.
Your happiness becomes other people's happiness. It's like we're feeding it off of
Each other. Okay, so we are live. Okay. Well, good morning, everybody, and good morning to anyone watching us on YouTube. Today we have new person, and this is Brandy. Yeah, so Brandy lives in Beach Grove, right? Yeah. So this is your first time here. So I don't know how much you have found out about our group, our center online. But here I teach the basic of mindfulness meditation. And have you done any meditation before?
Yeah. Mainly guided meditation.
Guided. So every time you try to meditate, you have to open up an app and listen to the app, or
I also teach yoga, so I have
wonderful
5 minutes of meditation at the beginning of my classes.
Yeah.
And sometimes I have my phone, sometimes I don't. So I just I do it with a group of people, and so sometimes I find good apps, but if I don't find one, then I think it's good too sometimes to not have any noise.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we opened this center just over 2 years ago, right? November 2022, I think. Is it November 2022? Oh, it's approaching 3 years actually. Oh my God. Yeah. So the reason I opened the center was because I started to look into the science of meditation and how it helped all sorts of illnesses. And throughout my career, when I work with patients with autoimmune diseases, stress is with everybody. Every single one of my patients have stress one way or another. So I thought, okay. So for years I was just, watching them having anxiety, depression, and I would just say, go to your psychiatrist, go to your psychologist, you go to your counseling. And I just stepped away from that and just focus on treating the autoimmune diseases with medications, because that was how I trained in the conventional path. But then I just saw, oh my God, no, I'm not doing good for my patients. So and I see that they would go to their other providers and get medication adjusted, but still not getting better, right? So Rebecca is one of my patients, and so is Katie. So Rebecca has been coming since last year or the year before. Is it 2 years? 2 years. Yeah. So Rebecca is one of the success stories as how mindfulness meditation helped her get off all meds. Are you off hydroxychloroquine yet?
I'm off hydroxychloroquine.
Yeah.
I'm off of Lyrica. I'm off of Lyrica completely right away.
Good, yeah. So actually you're off 5. She's
That's been hard.
Yeah, she's off 5 medications, right? Benlysta for lupus, Rinvoq for rheumatoid arthritis. You were on azathioprine for lupus, and you were off that to hydroxychloroquine and Lyrica for fibromyalgia. So in close to 2 years, Rebecca has been able to come off 5 medications and have better quality of life. Better quality of life. And it's because of this program that we have, because before that I said to Rebecca, I opened it in 2022, but she didn't join us until 2023. And I said, I'm running out of options. You got to come to the center and learn it. So she finally did, and I'm glad she did. And then Katie, the same with Katie.
I refused medication, so therefore she said I needed to
But yeah, but I've been talking to Katie about meditation for how long? I mean,
yeah, 'cause I
ever
was
since
on
I
all of
opened it.
but it made me sicker.
Yeah.
When I lived in another state, so that
Yeah.
when you met me, I wasn't on it.
Yeah. But I talked to you about meditation and
Yeah.
come to the center, come to the center. Not until a month ago, right? 3 visits. 3.
Yeah.
Is it 4?
This is my
This is
4th, maybe.
4th. This
It's
is
my
the
4th
4th
or
week.
3rd.
But
Yeah.
already,
I like kind of turned around since I started coming to meditation.
yes,
Really? Wow.
yes,
Right?
yes.
Yeah.
Okay, you're the
She's
one.
so
Yes,
happier. I
yes,
mean,
yes.
oh my God. So I'm glad. And this is Laura, and she helped one of my sickest patients. So she's the caregiver, and so that's how I come to meet Laura.
And I was a little bit mesmerized
Yeah.
because the patient I'm taking care of,
Yeah.
she's been going to everyone in
Yeah.
town. I mean, all kinds of top-notch doctors that to get cured.
Yeah.
And pretty much not. I mean, it helped, but not a lot. And she actually told me about your program. Your patient, she told me about her program, and she said you should watch her on. She has her own website, and on Saturdays she's giving from herself to the patients.
Yeah.
And I watched you, and I just came.
Yeah.
That's all. That's all I know.
So when I look into meditation, I see, okay, this is science-based, evidence-based practice. It's not a religious practice, and I want to teach my patient, but a lot of my patients live far away, so they can't really come to the center, and that's why we do live stream and just upload on YouTube. But having said that, I have many patients, but how many patients actually watch and practice? Not a lot. If you look at the views on YouTube. So I teach the basic technique of, breath work and how to focus on the senses and how to analyze your thoughts. So, because in the end, it's the thought that lead to action, lead to result. So we do that. Now, the topic that I chose today is finding your why, not your wine, okay? So finding your why, because we talked about having a healthy mind lead to a healthy body. You can do yoga, you can go work out, weight lift, but if you don't have a healthy mind, it will break everything down. You can still get sick. So having a healthy mind will lead to a healthy body. And we talked about the 4 pillars of a healthy mind, and this is based on research. So the 4 pillars of healthy mind, who remember what the 4 pillars of healthy mind are? No,
you remember.
I should, right? I should. So the first one is awareness, and that's why mindfulness meditation is the tool to raise your awareness, right? And then what do you have next? That's belief. No. So belief is, I think, is in that purpose or insight. So it's mixed in that. So we have awareness, connection, insight, and purpose. So if you have those worked out, then your mind is very, very, very healthy. So awareness, connection, insight, like wisdom and purpose.
Okay.
Yes. So first you have to have awareness, right? So what do we want to raise awareness of?
Where we are at that moment, how we're feeling at that moment,
Yes.
what we're thinking at that moment, how we're breathing at that moment, and then
Yeah.
just awareness of your body and life.
Yeah, so awareness of what's going on with you, inside of you, right? And then what's going on around you too. So connection, so you connect, connection between you and people, or between you and your pet, and between you and nature. So connection. And if you don't have connection, then it's hard to be healthy, right? Yeah. So if you don't have connection, what does that lead you to? Loneliness, isolation. Loneliness and isolation. Yeah, yeah. But this is research based too. You know, loneliness and isolation are just as bad as having an illness, physical illness, or sometimes even worse than that. Even worse than that, it can cut short your lifespan, right? Loneliness, and so you need to build connection, and connection. If you don't have connection with people, then have connection with your pet. You know, that's why we have comfort dog, or comfort, you know, things like that. And then insight. So, what does having insight mean, though?
Discernment.
Yeah,
I was gonna say interpretation of awareness.
yeah, but the ability to recognize good from bad, right? Benefits, yeah, advantage, disadvantages. So it's all going to that. So people who have good insights are the people who
aha moments.
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
They, you know, yeah. You give. If you could please give an example of the aha moment.
in connection, let's say, with my daughters.
Yeah.
If I don't ask them and if I don't have time to walk with them and to talk and to expose my feelings, my thinking towards them, and then for feedback, asking for feedback, which is connection.
Yeah.
I don't have the realization where they are
Right.
in that specific problem or their connection towards me.
Yeah.
And then you draw wrong conclusions if you do not connect, and you just think or you suppose that.
Yeah.
So would it be knowledge now?
Excuse me?
Knowledge?
Yeah,
It's all, I think all the mental faculties high. To me, when you say insight, honestly, I'm thinking revelations.
Yeah.
Like, wow.
Yeah. Your understanding, but yeah. So you have to have knowledge to have that understanding, I believe. So, you know, and so you can understand, you know, if you can think about something one way, like a week ago, you think, oh, I think it happens because of this. But then today you have that aha moment and say, oh, it happened because of this, not the thing that I used to think that why it happened, right? The aha moment is when you have the realization how things happen, and that's the ultimate right conclusion, the ultimate right reason, and things like that.
It's like involving your soul.
Yeah.
Not just the body. You're not just at animal level. Oh, you eat, you sleep, you go to work, you drive.
Right.
You have a connection.
It's a higher level of understanding. You know, like, how can I say it? So we understand the basic. So we eat to live, to keep our body alive, right? And but some people don't realize that, and they just say they live to eat, which is totally different, right? And so we don't live to eat, we eat to live.
They have a saying.
Yeah.
I mean, I've heard the saying, you're more than just a walking body.
Yeah. Yeah.
You also have a soul, a spirit, whatever you call it.
Yeah.
More than that.
Yeah. So people with more insight tend to have a higher level of understanding, and they perform at the higher frequencies too. So, And then purpose. If you don't have purpose in your life, are you going to be happy? No, right? So your mind is not going to be healthy if you're not happy. So people who have no purpose in life, they just feel like life is not worth living, right? Why am I here? I just don't want to live anymore. So they just carry on having those negative thoughts in their mind. But if they have a purpose, that purpose builds them up. I know my self-worth now. This is what I live to do. So they want to live. They don't want to end their lives. So if you think about all those four, yeah. So today we talked a lot about the awareness, of course, right? Because that's what we do in the mindfulness practice, raising awareness. And we talked a little bit about insight and connection, but we haven't talked about purpose though. And why is it that some people have a lot of purpose, a lot of it, and they go out, they do a lot of things, but some people just couldn't find one purpose in life. They couldn't. And what is it? What's the difference between the two people? Mindset and ultimately it comes down, I believe, that they haven't found their why. Whenever we do something, there is a why to what we do. Like, why do I do this? That's your purpose. If you can find your why. If you can find your why, you find your purpose. Like, why is it that I don't just be satisfied with my training in traditional medicine? Why? Right?
Because you have an inquisitive mind.
Yeah, but because my purpose is not fulfilled. My purpose is not fulfilled, even though I am doing it, I'm helping people, but I see that is it. That is it. But what I do may lead my patient down to the path where they suffer even more. When I can see it in the future, they don't see it now, but I have to see it for my patient. They follow my recommendation. I put them on the drug. They feel better, so that they think that I'm doing good for them. But in my mind, I know what I'm doing is only temporary, but long term, my patients are going to get into trouble. Because what do the drugs do? Weaken your immunity, right? Basically, in conventional medicine, that is it. In rheumatology, that is what we do. We use medications that weaken the immunity. And what happens when you weaken the immunity? Cancer happens and infection happens and people die earlier because of sepsis and gain weight, lose weight. So
Something, maybe it's not related, maybe a little bit too deep, but there is a deeper why that I would like to ask. Of course, at your latitude, you don't have. Well, why do you care?
Why do I care?
She
has the potential.
That's my deeper question.
Why do I care? I think I care because that's what I want to do, right? I want to care for people. I want to get people back to health. I want them to feel good. I want them to feel happy. That's why. And I think if you find your why, then you will know if your purpose is fulfilled or not. And if your purpose is fulfilled, then you feel happy, right? You feel very happy.
Experience, I have noticed that people that have noble purposes or purposes that are selfless, they have a very, very strong connection with a higher energy. Let's call it that way.
Yeah.
God,
Yeah.
whichever people
Right.
prefer.
Yeah.
Like different beliefs.
Otherwise, yes.
Mhm.
Is it connected to that
Well,
from your experience?
It is. It is for me for sure. I think that is what
Keeps
guide
people
me.
go-
You know.
keeps some people going
Right.
in spite of their tribulations.
Yes. Yeah. I think faith plays a big part in my life. I think
No.
faith is what guides me.
That's what I wanted
yeah.
to say.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I wanted to
Yeah.
actually pinpoint the source.
Yeah.
I think is
Right. Yeah.
when
So
you just, like you said, feel like you live just
yeah.
to make money, and
Yeah.
you don't ask yourself, why am I making money? How
Yeah.
much do I need? Like,
Right.
how much enough is enough? Then
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
life is very limited. But then when you use that as a tool to transcend and elevate,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think it's becoming
Yeah.
different purpose, higher.
Yeah. Yeah. We all need our higher, calling and guidance from God, from Jesus, Buddhas, Bodhisattvas. So do we all know the why in our life?
I think
Clearly not.
the
Yeah.
whole life is a why. It's a finding why, right?
Finding your why.
Yeah, finding
So
your
There are a
why.
lot of people wandering around in this space. It's uncommon for people.
yeah, I think people and it's not that it comes naturally to all of us. I think the majority of us just go along with life with a natural reaction, natural expectation of a human life. But when we practice and we learn from others who have gone before us, then we can improve our lives in a lot of ways. Yeah. So, and it's just the same as why do you come here? And why do people come together? There is a reason. So.
There's some energy that happens.
Yeah. So when you find your why, it can be positive and negative too, right?
You're on
Yeah.
the track, and your why is there, and you
Yeah.
realize you're going the opposite of
Yeah.
your why. Then yes,
Yeah.
I've been there.
Yeah. So when you find your why,
Yes.
you
Shift
still
your
have to
goal.
think if your why is a good why or not.
Identity crisis.
Yeah. So some people still have their why, but they believe that why is the right thing for them when it's actually not.
Because that's where awareness comes in.
Yeah.
Is that
Yeah.
then you're aware of.
Yes.
Well, if your why is all about yourself,
Yeah.
probably not the right track.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or if you're delusional, like you said,
Yeah.
you think your why, you got it, but
Yeah.
you're so far away from
Well, I'm
it.
delusional, but I feel pretty good.
Me too. We're all. We're all. Yeah.
Yeah. Your why. I mean,
That's why connection is so good, because then it grounds you. You're like, wait a second.
Yeah.
Reality check here.
Yeah. There is always the why behind our action. There is always, right? Even for people who did the wrong thing, there's still the why behind their action, but that why is not a good why, and they didn't have the awareness to recognize that it's not good for them, and they just go and do it until later on. Okay, well, with that, let us go into a meditation session. So you can assume a comfortable position. You're welcome to lie down, stand up, sit in whatever position you feel comfortable. And then I would like to invite you to take a few deep breaths in and out. Remember, your breath needs to be slow and deep. Okay. You don't have to count. Yesterday, I have a patient who shared with me that she is struggling with the breath work because she's counting. So just know that you breathe in slowly and deeply and comfortably. And when your chest is fully expanded, you just hold it for a few seconds. Doesn't have to be 4 or 6 or 8. Just need to be comfortable for you. And then when you breathe out, just know that your out breath is longer than your in breath. And you're welcome to keep your eyes open if that's what you prefer to do. I prefer to close my eyes. And keep breathing in and out slowly and deeply, bringing your awareness back to your breath. You are beginning to return to yourself. After a few deep breaths in and out, you may notice that comfortable rhythm in your breath. Your mind can follow the air as it enters your nose, into your lungs, and you can follow that flow of air from your lungs back out through your nose. As you follow the flow of air that enters your nose, you may follow it up to your head and your brain. Then I come down to your neck and shoulders, upper back. You may notice how your neck and shoulders feel. Just try to relax the muscles in your neck and your shoulders. So this is the journey that takes you back to yourself, where you explore your awareness of your senses. Seeing and knowing how you feel in the present moment. So by now, I hope that you have come to feeling quite relaxed. But you return to yourself and return to this present moment. To focus on your breath helps you to feel grounded. And if there is time when your monkey mind is wandering and thinking of something else instead of focusing on your breath, you can tell yourself to return to you. Return to this present moment. In this present moment, you are cultivating the awareness of your senses, so you know exactly what you're seeing, what you're hearing, what you're smelling, tasting, and feeling. And you are so aware of your presence in this universe. With each breath that you take, you may recognize the connection between you and the universe. The energy and the air that enter your body. And how they affect you. And at the same time, you may be aware of how your energy and the air that you exhale can affect your surroundings. Deep breaths in and slow breaths out. And now I invite you to bring your awareness to your mind and observe your thoughts. This is the practice of raising awareness without judgment. So if you see your monkey mind wandering, just see it for what it is without feeling frustrated. without any judgment. So in this practice, we are going to raise awareness of our thoughts, understand why we have those thoughts, and do we understand what those thoughts mean? What are the purposes of having those thoughts? You can sit back and try to analyze your thoughts and ask if they're good for you or if they're bad for you. And then you watch them go by. They're just floating away like clouds. Deep, slow breath in. And slow breath out. Now, as you raising the awareness of your thoughts, try to see how they affect your emotions. In this practice, we also practice self-love. So we try to let go of those thoughts that are not good for us. Just see them for what they are and let them go. Watching them floating away like clouds. If you see nice thoughts, positive thoughts, you can recognize them, embrace them with gratitude. This is the time that we give ourselves some nurturing, some self-love, so we can make ourselves more confident, more loving, and when we feel good about ourselves, we can go out there in the world with greater purpose and force. When we believe in our potential, we can make it happen. Deep breathing in and slowly breathing out. Return to yourself and return to this present moment. For the next few minutes, I invite you to practice on your own with your breath work and work on your thoughts and see if you can find all the purpose that you have in your life. Don't forget to focus on your breathing. Breathing in, you know you're breathing in. Breathing out, you know you're breathing next few breaths, I invite you to return to this moment, return to this space, and you can start to move your fingers and toes, open your eyes, and come back to this room. So we do about half an hour of meditation there. I purposely guide for half an hour because I want you to get the most benefit. Because when you do the breath work, this is also proven by research, right? At different intervals in time, you get more and more benefit. So the first 5 minutes of breath work, you have calmer sense of being, less anxiety and so on. But if you want to improve your memory, you've got to do it for at least 13 minutes each day. You
so
want to...
Is the point to, like, when you like try not to think about anything and it kind of just like, I don't know, in my mind it's like black and white, like I can see it, it's like a vibration, but I can also tell my mind to think something and I can think that thought over and over. So is it better if I don't think any thoughts?
No, it's not about emptying your mind and have no thoughts. So mindfulness meditation is the practice of raising awareness. So you can be aware of your thoughts. So your thoughts can come in and out, in and out. And as long as you're aware of what they are, that's meditation, that's mindfulness. Yeah. So I think that's the misconception about meditation is to, people think you have to sit in the quiet room and empty your thoughts, empty your mind. But that's not what meditation is about. Meditation is about having the really clear awareness of your thoughts process. That's how you're going to change things. Because if you clear out your mind, and it's really hard to clear out your mind. Your monkey mind is going to think about a lot of things. And so how can you work on that when you struggle to empty your mind? So if you are aware of what thoughts are entering and leaving and what they are they negative, are they positive, how do they affect you? So some thought can actually make you anxious, right? Anxiety comes from the thoughts, right? Anxiety comes from the thoughts, or happiness comes from the thoughts. So if you are aware of what your thoughts are, the nature of your thoughts, the meaning of your thoughts, then you can make good decision about what to do with them. Yeah.
There is yoga called Nidra yoga,
Uh-huh.
and
Yeah.
it is focused on not emptying your mind, but visualizing the ocean and the tide waves coming, you being there and feeling the waves. So it's like sort of body and mind work together, awareness of your body, but also focusing on
Yeah, so there are a lot of
image, beautiful, elevated. You elevate your spirit, your soul with nature. I don't know. I just wanted to let you know because I participated a few times. It's called Nidra yoga.
Yeah.
And it was an interesting experience. I didn't empty my mind. Actually, on the opposite, my mind was focused on only one thing instead of emptying. So I don't know if it makes sense.
Yeah.
I'm just sharing my experience.
There are different techniques, different words, so to help people to focus. So breath work is one way of helping people to hone in and focus, and then visualization is another one that help people to focus. They focus on that activity, visualize. So
practice, like the mind awareness and the body awareness, or do you just focus on
I
the
think
body?
visualization is a powerful technique also, and we are different in a lot of ways. You know, each of us is a unique being, and so we need to find out what works for us. And you can try, you know, so no one technique is superior than the other. It depends on the person, you know, like yeah. So for one person, visualization will work really, really well. For another person, you know, like just focusing on the sound, just listening to the sound. So they, instead of visualization with their eyes or their mind, they use their hearing sense, and they like that. You know, so they have to have music going on when they meditate. And like you said, someone else will rely on the smell of the incense. They have to have the incense every time they meditate. But whatever works for the person, right? Yeah, yeah.
Version of you.
But ultimately, it's mindfulness meditation is working on your mind so that you can have a healthy mind. You can visualize, to me, you can visualize, but after you visualize something and feeling good, like you are at the sea and you really, really enjoy that, but then after that session, you come back to your thoughts. But all of these thoughts that you forgot for a while, you didn't work on your thoughts. So yeah, you eventually, when you really work on your thoughts, that's what really make a big impact. Yeah. Yeah.
I stretched just then.
Yeah.
For me, with the awareness of the mind, is I'm the type of person to push down.
Yeah.
Didn't happen, push it back. And so when I do this and those thoughts arise, and I have to deal with those thoughts on like a one-on-one basis, I can't run and hide, or especially when I'm here.
Yeah.
At home, I could be like, oh, I gotta do this.
Yeah.
And it's healing to bring them up.
It is.
Yeah.
That's what I've actually learned from doing this.
Yeah.
It's healing, and then you can look at it and then let it go. And that letting it go part to me is that
Yeah.
moment.
Yeah.
Like this isn't an emergency. This isn't something, just
yeah.
let it go.
Yeah. And you accept it. You come to accept. Yes, I see you for what you are. I see you, but I'm going to let you go, right? Yeah.
I have panic attacks.
Yeah.
And just learning to accept that panic attack instead of fighting it. Just letting the hormones, whatever your body did, to dump it in there, just breathing through that, knowing it's going to end. That's really helped me a lot.
Yeah, I think we talked about the impermanence concept too in my mindfulness meditation. So nothing is permanent. You recognize that, oh, I'm in the anxious state. I know why I'm anxious, but I know it's not going to last forever. And I know it's going to go away eventually. So I see it for what it is. And then, things will go. But let's do some walking meditation. I think we'll stretch our legs a bit. So with walking meditation, we do this to remind us that meditation is not about sitting in one place and being quiet. You can be walking in the airport and still could meditate. Yeah. So so I just use the bell, and I like the bell when I meditate too. The bell to me is something to remind me to return to this present moment. And sometimes I just follow the sound as well. Yeah. 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 So, okay. Yeah. So we can walk, and So pay attention to how your feet touch the ground, and so how your body posture is and how your stability is at the beginning and at the end. So that it's all about awareness of your body. Okay, so when I ring the bell, we can start walking. Yeah. And occasionally I will just ring the bell to remind you to take deep breaths in and out. So just keep. We can do with each step up. I'll ring the bell this time, right? Okay, just. And don't forget to focus on your breath work as well. do one more cycle. Okay, so that is our walking meditation. A little bit fast. Okay, so you can, yeah, we sit down and we'll have just a quick conversation, sharing experience. Yeah, thank you. See how everybody is doing with the sessions. So maybe we can start with Laura. Yeah. How was your practice today? Yeah.
Like I said, elevating is a good word, and one of my favorite parts that puts me in the rhythm is exactly the last part.
That's fine.
The
You like
barrel
that?
walk.
Yeah.
Thank you. That's all I
You're
have to say.
welcome.
Thank you
Yeah.
so much.
Yeah. So, how is your experience today, Brandy?
It was really good. I like the feeling of having connection with everyone else. So even if I practice this stuff at my house, it feels more powerful when I'm with other people, and I enjoy being able to ask questions and get answers.
Yes. Yeah. I think the part I like about doing it in the group is that we are able to have discussion and just we learn from each other, and it's a better experience.
Too.
Yeah.
Connection inside.
Connection. Yeah. Well, thank you. How about Rebecca?
I always kind of consider this almost like a group therapy. In a lot of ways, and I've always loved that.
Yeah.
I haven't been able to be here for a while due to life, and I noticed that as time went on, I was getting more and more stressed, more and more tense. Like I couldn't breathe through the stress as easy. Like before, I could breathe through the stress a lot more as I was just doing mundane things at home or anything. So I'm glad I was able to get back, and I hope I can come back more regular, because it does like get you through that week. It kind of reminds you of it, and otherwise it's just so easy to fall back into. So thank you for reminding me. Last week, like, keep reading. I'm like,
keep
yes,
reading.
I can do this.
Yeah.
But, it was good. It was really good to get back in that mindset.
Yeah.
I'm almost too relaxed now. I'm going to go to bed, but I'm happy.
Yeah.
I will happily go home and go to bed now.
Yeah. Yes, that's good. How about you, Katie?
Good. I liked laying down on the mat. That helped me more like relax and be able to concentrate.
Yeah.
So I feel really relaxed, and I think I'm doing focusing on the now and staying present. Like, I remember you talking about like nothing but past, nothing but the future, staying present. And I feel like actively able to do that outside of here through this practice.
That's good. Yes. Yeah. That's
So
good.
you're integrating.
Yeah,
basically.
I'm integrating.
That's good. We have to practice on a daily basis, because when we don't practice, it goes away. The skills goes away, and then you go back to being that automatic human nature that you react and you think you have the reason to react. Oh, I have all the legitimate reason to feel upset, right? Often I have all the reasons to feel, um, um, frustrated because of what happened. But you don't have to feel that way, even when that thing happens. So mindfulness meditation helps you to feel grounded and change your path. Yeah, that's good.
I like the topic today that you chose, understanding why, because I think that drives us. We do things, we're not always conscious of why we're doing it, but knowing the why and having the joy in that.
Yeah.
But it's always great to come out here, wildlife, beautiful things we have, and realize that later on the day I'm doing
Moment meditation.
That's my why.
Yeah. Why do you get up at 5 and not stay in bed until 12, right? There is a why there. Why do you get up? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I set it up the night before now. Timers, come on.
Somebody has to get up and drink.
Yeah.
That's the thing I need.
Yeah.
Well, one other thing before you dismiss, right? People that aren't here don't get snacks.
Yes.
People that are here get snacks. So come on.
Yeah.
You want to have snacks after meditation?
Yeah.
This is the place to be.
Yes.
That's another high purpose. To
Yeah.
come here.
And we have a hopefully healthy snack.
I love how you look at
Fruits
him.
and-
You guys are just adorable. That's all I can say. You guys are just adorable. He doesn't eat as healthy stuff that.
I'm kind of a patient to it hers on her husband.
Yeah. If you ever see anything unhealthy, and we all love him for it.
Well, with that, I wish everybody a very peaceful, happy weekend and enjoy the weather.
Yeah. It's nothing like Randy said and Rebecca, probably you too, Katie, I remember, but it's nothing like coming here and connecting. With like-minded people in a moment, we all have our life to deal with, but it's a moment. I don't know, I call it a little bit of piece of piece of heaven. It is. It's just it's like such a peaceful moment that
I think
that's how heaven looks for me, peaceful.
That's that moment of peace that we are always striving to find. I think
So it's
good.
I think your problem, Dr. So good. That I've noticed a lot of people get healthier and then their whys are doing something either with the community on Saturday. So you lose a lot of people meditating because
they're
get
finding
better
their
and
whys.
they move on.
Not
move on, but they're spreading
Let's spread it.
that.
I mean, just like Sean and Jasmara. Jasmara is now. Jasmara initially came and practiced with us, and she did practice before, but not the same way of practicing. And she came and joined me to learn from a monk, and then she came here, and now she has her own business, coaching people to meditate, and she does some Reiki and healing work. So as her business is building up, she hasn't come here to practice with us, but she's doing good things. She's spreading. That's what we were saying. We come together, and then as we get better, it's like a ripple. You spread it, and
It's
you
all
teach
visualizing.
other people. Yeah, so that's good. So,
Touch more.
yeah, yeah. All right. Well, thank you for joining me today. Thank you everybody for watching, and namaste.